So, time to get everything going. I actually did get this set up to run off of my PS2, but of course, because I had not transferred the saves over, and I have no idea where my... I don't even know what device I used. I don't know where it is. I obviously can't transfer those over right now. I'll look into methods of doing that. Some point in time in the future. I was able to get pretty good looking video out of it. Though every time I look at the BizHawk, it makes me self-conscious that maybe the bilinear filter got turned back on. Yeah. Because it's just not looking quite as sharp as the picture on the capture card was. And I know last time I did, at some point in time, the bilinear filter got turned back on, despite me turning it off when I did the Kunio games for NES. Also, this is looking like my compressor is putting on more gain than it's supposed to, but it's listed at the right amount. Oops. One advantage that is present with the emulator that I will not have with the PS2 is the speed of the software set, and I'll show that off. I'll show that off once we're in, because I can do a quick save. I need to move this so I can actually see the stuff. And here we see Mouton, who, you know, was kicked out by the prior Lord of Wide, and obviously reinstated by Gus. And partially because Gus has seen the effectiveness of steel, and Wide has the blacksmiths to make steel, he has transitioned Wide's army over to being based on steel. Now, Mouton and Nebelstern were assuming Nebelstern is still present, we're probably fine with that because of the fact that it would be cheaper, and being a traditional lord, Gus is not going to be that interested in getting into wars. Here, though, we see that Gus is ridiculously bored. Mouton sees it as well. And this is great, even though they don't have the ability to do a lot with the sprites. You can tell that Mouton is supposed to be grabbing Gus by his scruff, planning to throw him out. And both Kelvin and the soldier are interested in what's going on with Gus. And I'm not sure Kelvin actually believes that it's a good idea, or just doesn't want to mess with Mouton. And something to note is the army has apparently been transitioned. We've been Lord of Wide long enough for the army to transition over to steel or iron. It's all just called steel. Gus still has his trial dagger. I forget, do we have a better shield? No. I'm not really that interested in getting a better weapon for Gus, because it's not like we can unequip that one. Oh, we can unequip the iron breastplate. I always forget about that. Don't think we have any better gear elsewhere. Oh, there's the fur boots. I mean, none of this is really that important. But we can see that wide is a fair bit more lively than it has been. Oh, they both say the same thing. Now the shop still carries the same stuff. We haven't hit whatever the trigger is to update here. I don't remember if it carried the dagger before, but regardless, it's not important. That's only 3 attack. It's not that big a deal. I don't recall the point that it is best to grab stuff, purchase stuff so you can ship it with Gus. I mean, I don't recall it with anybody, so of course I'm not going to recall it with Gus. Yeah, that's kind of creepy. So, merchant fleet. Would that have any relation to the pirate fleet we just heard about? Now, oddly, these guys look more like the pirates, but, well, I guess I should say they look more like what most games would have you view as pirates. More traditional rough sailing types, but, they also don't seem quite as bad as the 2 interactions we've had so far with the merchant fleet. I guess they're in the bar. And of course, because the game can't really do this in cutscenes in-engine, they have narration. well, we get to see what somebody who has practiced the traditional Finny technique and who uses a weapon that's essentially unbreakable by the standards of SaGa Frontier 2 can do against... Honestly, because that parry was a metal-on-metal sound, it's tough to say exactly what type of weapon the Merchanteer was using. And we can see that the... well, who the game is clearly pushing to be pirates are nowhere near as bad right now as the merchants. At least of the people we've seen. Presumably the 3 Merchanteers are the elite of whatever the merchant fleet is. And Gus is being fairly political. And of course, because he beat the crap out of the, wait, this guy? That's nice and blunt. Man, you could not make this guy idolize this guy anymore with just text-based interactions. Although they also move the sprites a little bit, so it's understandable. That's actually fairly sensible. But it's one of those things where it's kind of odd if even, presumably the pirates even agree to that non-aggression pact. So why would they have attacked the Baron? And right now we don't have the answer to that. I don't know why they drop you off outside of the house unless it was just a cutscene. Okay, so they've also become pirates. But if he's the #1 vassal, why wasn't his fleet traveling with the Baron's apparently lone ship? This whole thing isn't really adding up. And why would the Baron's ship have been near Wide anyway? So, okay, Bart is, like everybody's been saying, roughly as strong as a guess who's not been actually fighting that long is. And that point would seem to suggest that maybe the Baron ship wasn't attacked by the Silver Sails fleet, maybe it was attacked by the merchant fleet. And since I'm pretty sure that this is the last we get to see of this right now, I was just going back and making sure to talk to various people, making sure they have no new lines. I believe it's just the captain that has a new line. The captain who oddly seems to have no name while Bart does. So, they put a fair amount of effort into Bart. Into a one-off sprite for an optional scenario. That not everybody's going to see. And this is your first clue that, maybe they did do stuff. Maybe they were the ones attacking the Baron ship. It's tough to say. Who's saying that? I mean, I get that, sometimes games use narrators, but SaGa Frontier goes mostly narratorless once... I can't... Oh. I was assuming I needed to walk up the stairs. No, I needed to walk past the stairs. This, much like the last scenario in the City of Night, takes a little bit to get going. Now, okay, so they are pirates. But... they seem to be suggesting that they were not the ones that hit the Baron ship. What? Well, that's a fair bit different from the story that we've heard. But why would there be active monsters in the sea? I can't help but think that this was supposed to be kind of a... something about this kind of feels like it was supposed to be similar to the Romancing Saga games, specifically 2 and 3. and that well, that's our job, yeah. But where's the pack? What is the pack? I believe if we let Bart handle it, he just asks if the sword is just for show. Which, you know, I mean, that's a sensible statement to ask, given that, I mean, he's got a big steel sword. Presumably it's long for a dagger. So, like, you know, maybe forearm length. Forearm plus hand. Which is fairly similar to how a lot of shorter swords are. Your Gladius would have only been, you know, maybe a hair longer than that. I'm not going to get one of the better attacks, but I'm still going to try to go for Bear Crush and hope for Bull Crush if nothing else. I mean, nothing, even with Dissolve, Gus is not really in danger here. He wouldn't be in danger with just the Iron Breastplate. Default stats Iron Breastplate, Gus would be perfectly safe against these slimes. Only thing they have is a lot of HP. Also, if I was smart, I would have the arcane lore list of difficulty to learn, because certain things have different dual learning difficulty and fight learning difficulty. But, I mean, I'm not gonna have that or the what procs what list up right now. Okay. So, we got to fight a slime, which wasn't dangerous, it just had a lot of health. And there's no reason not to help. And there's something. That's supposed to be on a pedestal, or is a pedestal. And that's your big clue as to how to use that. Oh, we can't get into the captain's room from here. And surprisingly, this set of stairs actually works. Or this ladder works. Gustav's scenarios tend to be a bit inconsistent about ladders and stairs actually being used. Oh, I guess we can't talk to him until we try to Okay, I have no idea. I mean, really, for Gus, I think the most Gus-like answer is that one. Hmm. So here they're helping to establish the character of, well, Bart more than the captain. It's interesting that Bart is the sympathetic character here rather than the captain. Also, I know there's a way to get deeper in the ship. I just don't know how. Is it through the captain's room? Am I misremembering where that door goes? Apparently not. I'm guessing I need to go up and talk to Bart. So I'll talk to everybody else first. And Gus kinda understands, knowing that he was essentially dealt with as not being a noble for a while. And that, corroborates with what we heard Bart say. Oh, that's how we get to... Yeah, and we can't go up this right now because it's the ladder that goes to the treasure room. So apparently the captain can't tell the difference between expensive wine and cheap wine. And at least one of the regular guards and one of the shock troops is, they're lushes. Or drunks. And we've got Bart and the captain. No, I'm pretty sure that he's trying to say that the Lord of Wide is a member of the Finney royal family. Which would suggest that wherever they're from is in the Marchman region. So, a hard left and then right. So, something's going on. Why would there be a glacier wherever we were? Pack of monsters. Also, I love the sound design in this game. Also, I'd like to apologize for anybody who's struggling to read those. I just saw the window in the top right corner. Now, I think we would probably have a fair bit of trouble with 3 at a time. So, Bart at this point may be a bit stronger. But Bart has also probably been nothing but a fighter for longer than the, I don't know, handful of years that Gus has been using his steel sword. Also, I should probably try to get something a little bit stronger than Smash going. Problem is, I'm pretty sure all of the attacks that are, you know, even just a little bit stronger are just even more difficult to pull off than like Bear Crush. Or Bull Crush. Bull Crush is the 2. So we'll just go through three sets of Smash. Appropriate given that, you know, Smash Ultimate was just released. Oh man, that actually hurt a fair amount. I didn't even realize these slimes had dangerous attacks. Of course, without having dissolved and destroyed our defense first, it might not be. Also, I was surprised by the miss on the art, because normally arts are not susceptible to missing. And so I'm trying to have Gus do what his job is supposed to be here. Screw it, I'm gonna try... I think Double Stroke has a sane... Apparently not. Now, one of the nice things about the trying to do dead end, which is what I'm trying to do here, is that it, along with Final Letter, which I'll try here are made up mostly of attacks. Entirely of attacks in these two cases. And while the backslash kinda sucks, it is, you know, most of the time reasonably effective. Okay. This is a tiny bit stronger than Smash. We could probably see the actual relative strength if we give it a charge first. Since that's the thing to keep in mind, Smash, when it was doing about 370, was entering with a charge first. By default, it is... Okay, so that pack of slimes is we can't do anything about. We can't progress by staying on that screen. We have to come down and kill stuff. And of course, in actual dangerous battles, what I would probably be doing is cross break into defense. I believe cross break is the one that also has the advantage of being strong against undead. But I think it also has a pretty serious disadvantage of not actually proccing anything. Everything that was supposed to be in its list is instead in double stroke? Something else's list. So while it's perfectly fine to use for duels, we don't really have anything actually better. And of course it allows us to defend. Outside of duels, it's kinda already outdated. Assuming it is the one I'm thinking of. Looking at the list of attacks, it is apparently not the one that has undead killing. So I don't know which... Oh, and of course that's going to... Oh no, it doesn't. I always forget that custom art's gonna happen just for enemies on their own abilities. And this should kill the slime. Now we've gotten a couple sword levels out of this. That's ultimately going to be pretty helpful as far as our damage goes. Gus is, at the moment, fairly weak compared to what I normally have him at this point. Because normally I would have dueled every encounter in Gus's first thing, and Calvin would be useless. Oh, whoops. Instead, since I did most of those as just regular encounters, both characters are reasonably acceptable. Gus's scenarios are not difficult. It actually requires you to take non-required scenarios to really get Gus or any of his other people into actual combat. So that's always good. I wanna... Yeah, that's also locked. Well, one of Bart's shock troops is dead. At least one, anyway. Now, defending also seems to have the interesting effect of making the status effects pop up less frequently, which makes it really valuable in these duels, because it essentially eliminates all danger here. Like, sure, yeah, if I had Bull Crush, this would be even quicker, since Bull Crush is almost just double Smash's attack. And the damage right now looks to be about... Well, it's tough to say. I mean, going up less than 10 attack is an increase of about 100 damage, it looks like. Now, ultimately, it might be worth going for the Bull Crush regardless, simply because of the fact that if we ever do get it, it will more than make up for the times we were using just Smash. And of course the charge brings Smash into reach of the cross slash. Makes it so the difference is mostly within margin of error. I was thinking I had a... I got turned around, so I'm gonna have to do that and oh no, I won't. Now, we didn't see the prior scenario, or the alternative way of seeing that, but it's... Oh, and I should, rather than popping over immediately and looking at the map, I should show off the compass when you don't know what it's supposed to do. And now we have the option to examine it. Small dashes represent the various stuff, and it's notable for being the return route. Now, at this point in time, the northern continent, on the upper left there, isn't heavily populated. So presumably, our island nation there is the essentially return point. And of course there's the little bit further going, I believe, into the lands of Finney, which makes sense based off what we learned before, or what I mentioned before about them probably being from Merchman. But so that is south 3 days, southeast 1 day. Or is that 2 days? I always have some trouble reading this map. I think that's 2 days. And then east 1 day and northeast 2 days. I mean, it seems like really once they hit the south, they could just go directly east, but the oceans may be dangerous. They might essentially need to, oh, I didn't even realize that they allowed you to. Yeah. And, I mean, trial and error. You can check, you know, okay, the route to go north, which is southeast 2 days, west, or southwest 2 days, west 1 day, northwest 2 days, north 3 days. You can check that first, and it'll fail, and then you'll look at it again and be super confused. Now, this makes it seem like this is a much stronger slime. It also makes it... This kind of emphasizes the point of... Bart is... At this point, Bart would be fatigued from fighting a lot of fights. Now, Gus is not. But Gus also doesn't deal with fatigue in the same way anyway. Owing to the fact that he is a player character. Whole bunch of continuous battles, especially if you are actually getting full HP recovery, which, if you're using defend frequently, you will, aren't a big deal. Provided they aren't set up to be fights that are specifically designed to kill you. I mean, the fight where Cody dies, I don't know what would happen if you cheated your HP to max for that one. I don't know that anybody's done all that much testing. It's possible it just ends. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, there are plenty of times in SaGa history where you win and lose anyway. Here, though, these fights are, I believe, supposed to not be very difficult, and if you know, that defend as a command exists, and that it's, well, kinda overpowered for the player. seeming to provide some status resistance as well as cutting damage in half or less. Then you know that, well, a lot of duels are easy. And if you have stronger abilities that you know the commands for, most of the duels are gonna be pretty easy. We've been actually getting a fair number of those gem particles. I don't remember if they're worth anything, but... Also, I'd like to note, because I'm seeing it now, it looks like Bart's model is based off of Philippe's model, just without the bow tie, or with the bow tie turned more into a collar, without the top half of the bow tie. Do we get to fight with Bart? No. And this is most likely just done to emphasize how tired they are after being two people killing an entire pack of monsters. And we're back in wide. And the common people are talking about what they're trading. And it sounds like they're carrying the same things the Baron used to. And of course, Bart doesn't join our party because he has a job. He has his own ambitions. He is his own character. It's not fleshed out, but it doesn't need to be. He's not an actual character. That being said, he gets more character development than some of your party members in, say, Star Ocean 2, a game that I like. So, we just did Gustav and the Pirates. Our next chronologically ordered one. Oh, and I guess, it strikes me. Two things. I forgot to show off the softer side. I'll do that now. And actually, this is taking a little bit longer than I was recalling it taking. So, that is... I didn't think I quick-saved at any point in time. Regardless. That takes a fairly similar amount of time on the PS2, so... Well, no, that one was a lot quicker. I don't know. Regardless, something I did want to show off, I'm not going to go into either of them, because I don't recall exactly how frequently you can reuse them. I think it was actually just one. We could have gone to Vogelong or Grukel. Since I'm not going to save this, I can show them off. I mean, I wouldn't save it anyway because this is prior to running Gus and the Pirates. Grukel, just, you know, it's a fairly normal town. It has some decent stuff. Not huge. Like, I believe that pit spider's probably the best piece of kit here. Along with maybe the caster armor or toga. Probably the toga. Steel, for people who aren't Gus, is, as always, useless. And I'll actually show why, the real reason why it's useless. You can't chip it. Now you can chip these gem particles. I don't know how many I got in the actual pirate scenario. I don't remember if it's Grugel or the Vogelong that have the ability to go to an area with an optional fight. But we ran into Grugel before. We were here for one of Gus's scenarios. And this is likely one of the reasons that it's kinda here that the idea of being a blacksmith started to occur to Gus. At the same time, though, they don't have that much interest or use in steel. No. But yeah, I'll just show these off. I do not believe we've seen Vogelong at this point. Oh no, we did. It was where the where we hit up before we went to the megalith. Pocket station stuff, which might be useful if I had a pocket station for my actual system or a emulator type thing for Pocket Station. I don't even know if an emulator for Pocket Station exists. And here you can switch chips over to credits. Its actual utility is hit and miss. And tool repair and custom orders and some gear. Again, Toga's being the best item probably. The Coral Ring's kind of unique among the tools because it has 20 uses. And it provides some actual defense. Most of these are pretty useless. The wind shell has a lot of piercing defense, though. And of course, the game is really weird as far as the various defenses go. Because unlike the first Romancing Saga, you can't see your defenses anywhere. And actually, I don't even remember if you could actually see those in the first Romancing Saga. So, yeah. Oh, we actually can go through this. So this provides an opportunity to get in some additional fights. There is a super fight that you can encounter here. You can get into a fight with that griffin again. I think it's this pool of water? There's a pool of water here that you can get into a fight with a griffin. Unfortunately, it's the worst griffin to get into a fight with because it has the crappiest drops. Not that any of them, you know, are likely to ever drop anyway, but I'm not even gonna bother. I mean, the 2 or 3 gem particles we got in the pirate scenario is just ridiculous. Still don't know why the game keeps wanting to use memory card 2, especially for loading. There is no SaGa Frontier data. And so now we are to the mines. And he's been working as a digger. He believes that he senses something possibly akin to monsters. What I'm trying to do here is see and talk to as many NPCs as possible without hitting whatever flag starts progression, which I believe is leaving, and I don't think this is that entrance. I mean, this looks like the exit. So we talked to a guy while he was on the crapper. SaGa Frontier 2. And at this point, Will is mostly going by William, apparently. I was not done in there. Until you get used to the designs of each specific area, they kind of blend together. Also, I really like that mustache vest sprite. I don't know why, this just is it's just supremely my aesthetic. So we never went top right over here, and we never checked out the whatever it was in the bottom right there. Okay, so this is where we needed to go for progression, I assume. I don't know. Interesting. I guess it is actually just leaving that we need to do. I don't think we can actually do anything here, right now anyway. I wasn't expecting us to be able to get past that ladder. Okay, I know there's a way to get that, but if it's waiting, I'm not going to do it. I think you have to do something later, though. Also, I like the positional audio. I don't know if it was obvious, but that one was only coming in through the right side. The, water noise. I don't think this is the quick way out, but I don't know that it's actually more or fewer screen transitions than going up would have been. So hold on just a second. That was weird. I perchance looked up into the top right part of the Twitch dashboard and it says I'm streaming. That's it. Lauratia underneath. Streaming. It's supposed to say the game name. Nope, Cody didn't say anything there. That's because she's not actually, you know, a character right now. We can talk to her. And she joins. But she's effectively just as dead as she was if we let her die. And we don't really have much in the way of new gear. Oh yeah, one of the things I heard is that there's apparently a way to get a second I'm drawing a blank on Silver Staff. From that encounter we got the first one in. Now Sonic Poison is water and tone. We have water, we have tone. Why did we... oh, for Needle Shot. I mean, Sonic Poison's gonna be kinda weak for... Narcisse. But that's fine. Oh, we already had tone. That is a lot of gem particles. They don't really do anything. I should chip those when I get the opportunity. So we want to... Hey, do you know who we really want to get everything from? That's right, it's Nina. And I don't think I want to grab anything from Kelvin. I don't think he has anything useful. Water and tree. And we're fine with just having that break in our hands. That's not a big deal. We have several of them. And I don't remember if I mentioned it, but we're just gonna have Tyler be focusing on using the best axes because axes suck. There are no good axe users really after Tyler. There are no good axes, essentially, after this generation unless we grind the hell out of getting a custom axe and the circulation necessary to do a custom chipped tool. And even that one kind of sucks. But if we don't do that, the best axe is, if I remember correctly, a steel axe that has all of 31 attack. And might not... I don't remember. It might not have the effect of screwing over your ability to use spells like normal axes, but it's 31 attack. That would be great right now, but by the time you have access to it, it kind of sucks. So yeah, we need to look into getting a stone tool. Well, no such animal. You're going to have to keep having a stone axe on. Stone and flame. Now, Tyler's not that great with the various arts anyway. Certainly not when you compare any of these characters really to Cody. Snake Blaster has the advantage of being water and working with sonic poison to make both of them more powerful. That's Tone, and we have water, so yeah, everybody that wants access to sonic poison has it. I thought there was somebody who could chip here, though. I mean, we could get a rock heart, but it would just be filling up our inventory more. And I believe there is a limit. Yeah. Go-Go Digger provides some pretty strong things. There's a 7-star sword. Drillers are digging too deep. It has 7 uses, which isn't that big of a deal. Weapons don't break in the fight you use them in. And of course it has, I think, 77 attack, which makes it one of the stronger swords. No, it's the strongest sword. But it's not really the best sword because it breaks after 7 uses. The best weapon that you can reasonably get is probably going to be a named sword that you can't remove from anybody and has issues because it is steel. And if you're sitting there thinking, oh, that's probably going to be Gustav's sword. Yeah, you're right. Whoa, I don't actually want to be doing attacks with, well, I want to use... I think that's the reason I was wanting Bushfire, wasn't it? Because I'm wanting Reviva, and Reviva is going to be a pain to get, because it is stone, I think? No, it's a B-Start. Do I even have anything that does B-Starts? Do I have any attack at all that is B-Starts? Yeah, for now, let's just do these attacks. Worry about figuring out what I have for Beast. I mean, there is a possibility that because it is Beast and Flame, Flame Arts can proc it, but that's... taking that path is dumb. And while I will admit I am probably dumb enough to try to keep doing that, if I'm not certain of it working, I don't want to, Yeah, we have a Tree Beast Quell. I might just have Narcisse keep using Beast off of that. And I don't remember everything about what all you have to do here. Like, I know there's a fair amount of encounters, and I think there's stuff you can grab, and this is one of those scenarios that I blank on every time I come back to the game. The latter parts of it might be more familiar to me, but really, until we get there, it's all going to just be, yeah, whatever. Is Woodstock just the slowest freaking spell? And it's not even that good. Cody continuing to be our best character. Yeah, she's now past Will in HP. I don't even know what I was thinking there. But for Will's scenario, because I am trying to get spells and various other things, I am going to continue. Oh, that explains some stuff. Apparently they have more than, they have near 400 health and they have more than 1 LP. The latter making them fairly uncommon among base level monsters. Oh yeah, what I was going to do when I went to that set of menus was move Tyler to the front. Cody's perfectly happy at the back. Narcisse might be a little bit happier, but I think everything's just kind of set up around a general preferred range, with Axe being happiest super close, and Spear and Bow being happy at most distances. That's not what I wanted. And there are some definite reasons to change your party order. If you have somebody who goes last every time, and you have somebody else who is generally speaking slower than monsters, you can have, especially if you have a healer, you can set them to go last. And that'll be after whoever's even slower than the monsters are. Which can make it easier if you're trying to do healing with one of the water-based spells. As I've covered, I don't feel there's a lot of reason to use the water-based healing spells. This game kinda does a bad job with making them feel worthwhile. Healing in general, you have too much health, enemies do too much damage, and HP recovery using LP is too inexpensive. LP recovery out in the field is difficult, but most scenarios where it matters, aside from the late game, you have access to a place where you can rest. The thing that makes the late game difficult is, of course, you have, occasionally multiple boss fights where you could be going through, because of the health pools, several LP. And you need to fight several of these. Or in some cases, just, normal, plain old enemies are essentially at the health total of bosses, or what bosses used to be. Spoil wave. Hell, Life Water's not even a actual water spell. I don't know what Psyche does is the issue. Oh yeah, we want to equip Narcisse with those bow skills. I went to the effort of getting them, might as well have them out there. Death Shot in particular is pretty effective, because it makes use of two of his better, well, 3 of his better skill levels. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy not having Tomahawk on. So, Fire and Stone is a dumb combo to have on. Outside of duels, anyway, for... Well, what do we want to have? We cannot get him the stuff for Sonic Poison. I think really I'm just going to add Needle Shot and switch this over to a Tree Tool. Looks like the Oak Staff is the least used one. And as our SP has gradually decreased, our Sonic Poison has gotten significantly stronger. Which is one of the reasons why your casters always feel weak when you enter a new scenario. And that was going to kill the gremlin anyway, but that's massive overkill. And getting additional SP is actually really useful, not because of the having extra SP thing. Having that SP is a negative, but it means that as your SP total gets lower, the buffer that you have by virtue of your equipment becomes stronger. I mean, I'll need to switch Tyler over to spells before too long just because he kinda sucks at using, well, really, given that he's using an attack and the enemies are dying in the same turn, everybody would be losing Waza points. Because you don't regen Waza on the last attack. The last turn. Which is one of the reasons why hybrid characters are, you know, frequently better. They just have a lot of advantages. And of course, one of the nice things is just the post-fight HP restore. It's not full, it's not even that huge of a percentage. But it is useful. Hey, somebody leveled up without Cody getting a better level up. Gremlins actually have a fair amount of health. Of course, that you know, level up without Cody getting one correspondingly only lasted for a single fight, but I mean, even with losing 100 or so health, Narcisse is back to full. Somewhere along the lines he lost an LP, I'm not sure what that was from. He may just not have been paying attention to when, Ah. What I was gonna say is I may just not have been paying attention to the, whatever attack dropped his LP by 1. I'm looking this up now because I'm curious and angry about it. Ah, so we can't get it this scenario. I would have been checking back fairly constantly if I hadn't heard that. So, that's good. I mean, I kind of figured that it was not obtainable this time around because it hadn't moved when I sat there for a minute or so last time I looked at it. But I was thinking that the monsters coming out might have moved it, so... I don't believe there's another person over there, but it'll take 2 seconds to check. Also, I gotta say, it's kind of weird. Every other time I've done this, Tyler has picked up HP after seemingly every fight. So it's weird going into this and not seeing Tyler with, you know, like 500, 600 HP already. And I assumed that was his essentially primary stat, since I've never had him level up well in anything else. Yeah, I don't think he has another sprite. I don't believe Narcisse does either, though. Or at least I'm not recalling Narcisse having another sprite. Only Will and Gus really get sprite changes. And I'm drawing a blank on somebody else that gets a sprite change. I already did that. Oh yeah, Philippe changed. We've already seen Philippe change. I think most characters that have a child sprite change, but I believe Philippe changes twice. So he has a teenager sprite just like Gus, and then has his old man sprite that doesn't have the bow tie, if I'm remembering correctly. And I mean, there's also the later change with Philippe, but that's not really a sprite change in the same way. I don't think I've ever missed that gremlin on the side. Same. I mean, really, almost all the scenes involving the Anima Faith are fairly memorable. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that I want to actually look at the options I have to see if close in pops up. And I might need to not just be killing everything in a single turn for that to happen. Oh no, Narcisse has gotten low on HP. He'll use a second LP this scenario. I've seen those rocks do 100 damage to Will, I'm not risking it. Oh. Dang it. I was thinking that was on the, Yeah, conversely, dumb young me used to never use it because I was worried that there was no way to heal LP either in scenario or that the LP would stay low throughout the game. So I figured it was like a last risk, last chance type thing. Not something you can just use whenever. Which, with most of the characters, it's you can use it whenever. Oh, I should not have done this with Tyler. I don't remember any of the axe commands offhand. And he's one of 2 people that doesn't have a hybrid art. In my case, it's Cody because I haven't been doing duels with Will, but... I'm going to go check on that. Dog was barking at somebody at the door. I can't tell what that's supposed to be. Like, I can read the good job, but I can't see what it's supposed to be over. Ah. Ah, the guy going to the bathroom still needs to be rescued. But yeah, I think overall, just in general, first time I played this game as a kid, I made, I don't know, probably every mistake that's possible to make, aside from having Cody die. And the only reason that didn't happen was because I did that scenario after doing a scenario later in the story, so... Because I just ran through Gus's scenario until I had to do a Will scenario. I think after that scenario, my question about the slime generator isn't so much the how do they know that it's a slime generator, it's why does a slime generator exist? Landing. Which I believe is the next scenario after well, the next Gus scenario after the father's sudden death one. Yeah, SaGa Frontier 2 was for a long time difficult to emulate. I seem to recall that like EPSXE for years just it had issues. And I like that this shows Gus still being a petulant child at times. And I like that it's not really brought up, or it's not, you know, pushed to the forefront, and the sprite itself is hidden. But here's Leslie. And this is another oddity. How is Sealmer so well known that, and so available to help Gustav? And like 2 years take place between that and the landing, so. Well, one of the things that I brought up is some of his spells that you see in cutscenes use monster sounds, so it is weird. Yeah, Beyond Vic Grand Valley is the next one. And of course, his quell, which has his name on it. I kinda doubt it's the egg, because I suspect if it was the egg, he wouldn't have a quell of his own. Also, I rather like the comment that this guy brings up. The bandit who legitimized himself by bribing a duke and paying protection money. That's pretty common, historically. It's how a lot of the lower nobility came to be. Outside of wars, anyway. I'm not gonna grab from Narcisse just yet. And I want to chip stuff, not buy more stuff. I was thinking we ran into whoever it is we meet prior to heading over to the bridge. Here we go. And, of course, we get LaBelle, who is canonically who Will marries. But she's only in, like, 2 scenarios herself, so it's always kinda weird. Yeah, I think I do want to go back and at least grab the... Oh, I can't. Not a big... Losing the quell sucks, but losing the bows are not a big deal. Well, it's just losing access to a tree beast quell. Oh, and tone, I guess. Do I have another tone tool? I do. So she can do sonic poison anyway. Flame and tree flame. Does she have fire? She doesn't, but we have a whole bunch of fire tools. Fire tools. So the only thing we lose out of that really is 1 SP regen. I'd forgotten actually that Narcisse rejoins. I guess that's the whole, since Cody is supposed to be dead thing. But I'm not going to be using Narcisse. Yeah, actual difference is just 1 SP regen. Which once SP gets down to the buffer state, it won't be a difference anyway. Strikes me that I should probably be doing some of these as well, so I can get some of his, some of the staff hybrid arts, but, things have way less health than, Oh, that's their danger. They can do LP damage. I knew there was some reason to avoid fighting unnecessarily here. I just couldn't remember what it was. Might as well swing for the fences, right? Yeah, it didn't happen. So I always forget just how much the majority of these staff arts suck. Though part of that is I'm using a bad weapon. And we have one of the better regular arts anyway. I don't think I'm gonna worry about the duels. my own latency from being slow on the draw here is making this far worse than any emulator lag. Escape, huh? Oh, do we actually have a beast spell now? Of a sort. Normally I'd be surprised that we didn't kill everything there, but we did, we are still pretty high on our SP total. And Lavelle and Tyler don't do that much damage in comparison to start anyway. Well, Lavelle is starting to get competent with these spells now. Yeah, those spiders have a lot of health. I'd forgotten that they also have a LP attack and actually have the life to make it to the point where they can use it frequently. Okay, so I am just circling around here. I'm thinking that the skeletons, which I... Okay, so it is... This is probably not leading the same places I originally came from. Yeah. Oh no, it is. I was thinking they were monsters originally. Then I noticed that they're not moving. This set of monsters is actually pretty dangerous. Which is, I suppose, the real reason that you would want to do the, just normal fighting. Though, of course, if you were at all good at avoiding the fights, it wouldn't really be an issue. Snake Blaster helpfully makes the duels not an issue. Well, one of the reasons to do some of the fights anyway is to lower our SP total, because I know there's a boss coming up. And of course the spiders and stuff. No, what I was saying is the using some of your SP will make your various hybrid arts and stuff stronger against the boss. Since I don't remember how much health Volcanoid has. But I should probably stop using Tyler's regular arts, so he doesn't potentially run out of WP during that battle. Okay, I went the wrong way there, somewhere. Is it the normal left here?
Welcome aboard, Blabber.
Ah, thanks for the host. Actually, I should just keep using the stronger attacks. That rapid hit is brutal. I don't remember ever seeing a drop from that. Oh, sleep. well, I'm running this one through BizHawk. That seems to emulate it fairly well. Apparently the way to get a lot of item drops is to bring up the fact that item drops never happen. A raw tool. I seem to recall those have pretty good, that's for putting on. I believe most of the emulators that don't use cores now, well, some of them, like BizHawk, uses cores for certain things, but it's not in the same way that I've already forgotten the Snake Blaster command. Water charge thrust. It's not in the same way that EPSXE used to. They're not entirely separate. And most of them are based off of cores that are known to work well. The PlayStation emulator core that BizHawk uses is a customization of, I think it's Mednafen, the PlayStation core that they made. It might be RetroArch. I don't remember which one's the kind of parent project that makes most of the cores there. I'm gonna be stuck in here for a million years. Yeah, I would frequently have that feeling with games like most of the Phantasy Star series. The Final Fantasies were a little bit better about it. 4 aside. I think some of that comes down to the some of the color changes that are present in at least the Game Boy Advance version, because I know I always, even going back to it, I tend to have some trouble with the where you need to go for certain things in the Super Nintendo version. Yeah, it's something of the sort. But here, I'll admit the problem is I know I'm going in circles because I keep recognizing the same location, that clearing area. Well, I have in my notes to look up, which way to go for this one. I just didn't look up which way to go. Yeah, for a lot of streamers, they're you know, always trying to grow their channel, and super popular game's always going to get more of a crowd for that. Oh. That just brings me back here. On the upside, since I am mostly just using spells, the What? Okay, so apparently the area that I thought was a repeat wasn't, and I was supposed to go right. Why? I don't know. But yeah, the stats are always going to be weird. I figured I was returning to the start, and that would give me at least the ability to go through with everything, you know, kind of knowing where I needed to go. Instead, oh no, that's the way you're supposed to go. I don't think I actually have anything more, really more powerful than the water poison, and if poison does stick, that'll be real good. What is Will at? Will and LaBelle have enough LP that I can probably do this without worrying about it. Oh, LaBelle's dead anyway. And of course I was being real clever and I don't have any heal spells on. I did drop a quick save, so And everybody else can survive most of those. I think this is its big attack turn. But I don't know how much damage it does. This might just be a party wipe here. Nope, I should have defended, as I thought. But... that is a lot of eruptions. I have no idea how much HP the Volcanoid has. Enough to kill me. That's for sure. So let's make sure everybody has life water. Water. I should have grabbed some more water things. The blue waters. I know Psyche lowering can lower the amount of damage put out. That might be useful. May as well drop a normal save, too. Yeah, the first round I was able to put out around 1500 damage, and if I could keep doing that for several rounds, that would be great, but... Actually, I'll keep this going. I'll give this another shot. But I might want to just swap out LaBelle for Narcisse. Thinking about it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm also gonna stand up and stretch since I've been sitting down for several hours. I knew LaBelle was probably not a good idea to bring along. I'd never brought her along, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Okay. I got to see the reason why that wasn't a good idea. Wait, is that... That's stronger than what he has on, so... So I don't mess that up. Actually, I don't think we have another... Oh no, we have the cross branch. Yeah, oddly bringing along a character with 250 health with an enemy that can do almost 400 in a turn isn't a very good idea. Actually, if Will can do that, then probably best to just be trying to do damage with Tyler. So yeah, I think I need to get lucky with proccing a combo attack. So really have a possibility here. I was thinking I had one for Snake Blaster and Axle Turn. And this being a boss, I'm certain we are basically unable to do enough LP damage to kill it that way. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I might want to just switch Will over to Painful Beat. That would probably do more damage as well. Since it seems to be immune to poison. might need to set up order in that battle style as well. Oh, or I could... I thought it still had like 1,000 HP left. Magma Explosion's a pretty decent ability, I recall. Oh, it is Understone. Not as good as I was remembering. Huh. And of course now I have a quell weapon to go on Cody. That is quite a bit stronger than anything else I had. I guess it's just leave here. I was having some trouble finding the exit. And we return to the part where we could see the bridge again. Well, time to see just how strong this is. With her limiter removed, it's now twice as much damage. And of course everybody has a decent amount of SP again. Also, for some reason, I didn't notice that I was drawing water on the environmental anima, because I always forget that that's a thing. I think it's just keep going west here. But it might have been to go north. Those things just specialize in being annoying. Yeah, given that this stuff still looks super foggy, whereas this did not. I'm thinking that I went the wrong way there. Yeah, this is much lower fog than I was remembering. Or than I saw in the other direction. I don't know that that actually is meaningful, though. Well, that sounds like we're done with the dungeon now. That's good. Wonder what these guys say. That is an absurd toll. How do we... Oh, that's... That did not look like it was walkable. Which is the only issue I have sometimes with the environments. It's a beast tool, but it sucks. And it's got no uses. And I believe that is it for, oh no, we still have maybe a few more screens of walking. Lab holes. I have no idea how to pronounce that name, actually. Narcisse ends that one like he started it, complaining about where they were going being too cold. That is going to be it for me this time, though. Unlike last time, I will bring it back to the menu here. Or the map screen. I will be back with more of this on Monday. So, thank you for watching, and I'll be back then.